Uh-oh. There we go. There we go. There we go. Well, I think I think that's gonna have to be okay. Whoa, you thrill me. No, 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 no. Bum, 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 bum. How do I not know this by now? How do I not know this by now? There we go. How do I not know this by now? To marry you and take you home. Wow, wow, you. Oh, we could go back to that now. We could go back to that now. We don't have to be afraid of that. Interesting. I feel like it kind of worked out. I feel like it's favorable in the eyes of the platform. At least it seems that way. Ooh, I know, I'm near you. All right, I think that's going to be good enough right there. I think that's going to be good enough. No. That's probably already too much. I feel like I'm forgetting something. But I guess we'll see. I guess we shall see. Alrighty then, James Bishop. Look at James. We're going live before 8 p.m. Look at this, man. Look at this. We're getting better. We're making some improvements. James Bishop opening them doors, turning the lights on, making sure there ain't no squatters in the building. Thank you, James Bishop. How can I be a better Mexican? How could you be a better Mexican? Just be legal. Just make sure you're legal. I feel like that's one of the things that give like the worst name. Just be legal. Dude, if you're legal, you're just as American as a dude that looks like John Wayne, you know? Because they came from Europe too, bro. They came from Europe. So as long as you're like they're legal, you're legal. Dudes come from Europe, they're legal. You come from Mexico, you're legal. People come from Africa, they're legal. As long as you're just legal, you're good, bro. Don't listen to what anybody says. James Dillon. What's going on, man? Max Bluestein. Yo. I love it. Bishop Security Services. Bishop Security Services at your service. Hello, Bellbag. Thank you for being here. Gamer. Cyril Gane is the best heavyweight in the UFC. Why can people not accept that in your opinion? Well, I vehemently disagree because Josh Hokett is the current active GOAT, you know? But I would agree with you, bro. If it wasn't for Josh Hokett, I would agree with you. I think Cyril is leaps and bounds better than everyone else in the heavyweight division, except for Josh Hokett. And I think that people feel the way that they do because they're a bunch of haters. It's just the same reason why everybody look, listen. I don't want to be like Sean Strickland. I want to beep. Hold on. Let me not get ahead of myself here. I have been saying that Cyril Gane is a dirty, rotten cheater forever. I have the longest, most extensive, comprehensive montage of all the times that he's ever cheated. Like I put that, I own that. I put that together, and it is going to be a piece of my UFC Freedom 250 breakdown video, which, keep your eyes peeled, should be coming out around this Christmas. I've been saying he cheats. I have all the compilation, how he hits people in the back of the head and the groin shots and all that stuff. But he's a fantastic fighter. He's a fantastic fighter. And people don't want to admit that because they hate him so much. And just like everybody started loving Tomas Aspinall so much just because of their misdirected emotion, because of how much they hated John Jones, it's kind of the same thing that happened to Gane now. People already were upset with him because he does that to a lot of fan favorites. What Gane did to Derek Lewis, there was a lot of illegal blows. And people love Derek Lewis, so of course they got mad at Cyril Gane and they hated him. Cyril Gane did a bunch of illegal blows to Taito Iwasa. People love Taito Iwasa. He's a crowd favorite. I don't know anymore. It's starting to get kind of annoying. It's getting a little bit old to Iwasa. So then they hated Gane even more. And then Pereira. See, people will they will underestimate and downgrade Cyril Gane's skills and talents because they hate him. And on the other hand, because they love Alex Pereira so much, they'll put him on a pedestal and act like he's a god. And it's like, bro, he may have won this and that. I didn't follow his kickboxing. He might have beat all these guys, won the blah, 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 blah. You could be amazing and be a champion and still be overrated. It's just because they don't like him, dude. They just don't like Gane. And he hasn't really helped that with some of his actions, you know. Leon Enriquez. What's up, man? Payaso. Javier Zel. Lord, protect this man. Are we talking about me? Yeah, I don't mind being protected. I appreciate that, bro. Especially by the Lord. By the Lord? Heck yeah. I'm an anchor baby. Don't hate me. What's an anchor baby? What does that mean? Wait, isn't that like that has something to do with like where your nationality or where you take your like where you're from? Can't remember exactly how that goes. What's up, Rashad? How you doing, man? Slipknot. Good to see you, bro. Yes, please hit the like, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, I leave these live in public for you now. And I don't know, there's only 42 people here right now. There might not be one of you here that's one of the people that even cares about that. But I had people like, what the heck, bro? Where's the lives? Why are you making them unlisted? How come I can't find them? All I ask, man, if you could just like them, man. If you could just like the video. And comments don't hurt, bro. They help a lot. It really does kind of shoot myself in the chancla to leave these live, but I do it for you guys. When the algorithm sees these 1, 2, 3, 4 hour long videos live and they got like 3 comments and no likes, that's not good for my algorithm, man. I need you guys to help me out. Thank you for rounding up the troops, James Bishop. Thoughts on Mexico national football teams win? Like, oh, you mean football? Football. I mean, with all disrespect, bro, I don't even know how to make myself care, bro. I don't even know. Here's the thing. I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be like, yeah, I don't want to be like, I don't want to be like a celebrity, like all diplomatic. Yeah, man, I think it's really good for the people. And, you know, it's bringing us together. And I just don't care, man. So I don't want to pretend. I think that would be messed up. I don't want to be a liar. I just don't care, man. I don't even like to use the term combat sports because who doesn't like to watch a fight? Because like when back in the days of UFC 1, I don't think anyone would have called that a sport. John McCain called it human cockfighting. It's fighting. It's dudes trying to kill each other. And I don't like calling it a sport. So to me, it's like, you know, I put up with it because it's the closest thing like to some real fighting, you know, on that level, on that scale. But I'm just not into, like, you won't catch me being involved, talking about like some, you know, the World Series in the MLB or like the NBA Finals or like football or soccer. I just don't care, man. I just don't care. Yes, Yetica, had to do it, man. It's the first of the month. I want to start it off right. Want to hit the ground running. ARJO. Yo, coming in to say sorry I missed yesterday. The heat wiped me out. Oh, no. I hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're feeling better today. That's scary, man, for the heat to wipe you out like that. But I caught it ATF style. Heck yeah. I'm headed to church. I'll be back in a couple hours. Oh, and how did we not meet the goal in 3 hours? I don't know, man. And now, see, I thought I was being all proactive and I was being good, showing up early and everything, so everyone's not falling asleep. And then I didn't even realize, dang it, it's Wednesday. I'm starting at the most imperfect time. ARGR has to dip. I'm sorry, man. I hope you feel better after yesterday. And I don't know, man. I don't know, ARJR. You know what? I'll look at it like this. The last of the month is crunch time for me, like hardcore. That lets me know where I was at, what kind of month I had, if it's feasible to keep going. And it's probably like that for other people too, It's crunch time for all of us, So I gotta look at it like that, Max Bluestein, this is my victory.
Don't forget Jesus, people.
Marloca. Still doing the thing. Still being a responsible adult. What's up, Jesse? I love you, man. One of my favorite anime content creators. And I appreciate you. You're going to make it big one day, I promise, dude. I love the optimism. I remember like in 2019, someone was like, bro, I could tell you're on the cusp of it, bro. You're about to blow up. You're going to make it. And I remember I was like, oh, maybe this dude knows something I don't know, man. Maybe he's seen something like pop off in his algorithm that I'm not seeing. So 7 years later. Is this 7 years? 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang! I'm getting better at math. I just guess, bro. I hope so, sad sushi. I hope so. And it's not even for like, the fame and the glitz and glamour and stuff. Like, I don't care about that. I just want to not be paranoid when I'm laying my beanie down at night. I just don't want to be stressed out anymore. That's it, bro. That's it, dude. That's it. I just want to be able to like go for a jog or play Resident Evil or something without feeling guilty, Just do something, Just have a couple moments of downtime, some leisure, Just live life a little bit. He took all of Alex's aura too, 100%. And he should thank Josh Hokett for it. I mean, if you look at it scientifically, Josh Hokett defeated Derek Lewis, Alex Pereira, and Ilia Tapoera, all three of them at those press conferences. He put in that work before anybody ever stepped into the octagon. It's all Herb's fault. It's so funny, man. Dana White is always 100% standing by Herb Dean. And like, he's the best of the game. For the first time ever, when they asked him the other night, he's like, I don't know. Like, wow, Dana must agree then. Because he was always like, shut up, you guys don't know nothing. He's the man, he's my boy. And now they're like, should he retire? Is he doing bad? He's like, I don't know. Also, I've talked about this before, but have you guys noticed that Dana, he must be like a big Robert De Niro fan. Have you ever noticed Dana does this thing? It's kind of like an old man thing, but it's also Robert De Niro. Look at him next time he's on any kind of interview or press conference or whatever. He goes like this. It's kind of like a blend of like Robert De Niro and LL Cool J. You know how Robert De Niro always does that? It's kind of like Dana White does that. Like, I think it was, man, it was a very recent one he was just on, and it was kind of gross, man. It's like if he was trying to get some food off his mouth that he left on from lunch or something. It was a little bit too much. It was almost like he was doing Morse code with his mouth, like he was trying to give someone a signal. It was weird, man. Heck yeah, Mike Lane. Good to see you here, man. Heck yeah. Born in the U.S., but your parents are illegal. Oh, that's what an anchor baby is when you're born. Anchor baby, my anchor baby. Ooh. I knew it was something like that. I'm feeling attacked, melancholy. I got ate up by fire ants today. The war has begun. Ooh, dang. You did the reverse Jiri. Dang it. I was born in the U.S. and later my family naturalized with me. Interesting. Oh, wait, so then, okay. Wow. And then you went back, huh? Double nationality. I might not know how much, but I feel like it's, well, hold up. I might not know much. I don't know much, but I feel like it's the available lives and the consistency that will over time develop a community really large. Well, thank you, man. I hope so. And I know I've been saying it a lot lately, but dude, it's just I think it's just a blend of just the natural way that my brain is and my mind works and the kind of character traits that I have or lack. And then, like, on top of that, being a YouTuber. And then on top of that, being a unsuccessful YouTuber. It's like I just always, at every second of the day, just feel unbelievably overwhelmed and buried. And to people on the outside looking in, it could probably seem like, dude, how could it be that hard to just, like, upload that and cut that and stream? And, like, I know. But being on this end of it, it's just like, I don't know. Like, I got to the end of my day yesterday, and I was so frustrated and exhausted. And there were so many more things I wanted to do. And I was like, what the heck happened? Because I felt like I stayed so busy and active while I was doing stuff. It's like, how did I not get even close to the amount of things I wanted to done? But I've been saying for days that I'm going to go back and make available all the hundreds of live streams that I had unlisted, make them public again, put that out there, see what it's, whatever. And I still haven't. And you might think that's easy enough. Like, bro, it's not like you got to record them all over again. Just make them public. And I mean, it's just a matter of going through pages and pages and checking the boxes and stuff. But it's like, instead of doing that, I'm like, cutting up some shorts or some stuff for other social media platforms, or I'm chipping away at my UFC Freedom 250 reaction video that should be coming out this Christmas. Yeah, but thank you, Sad Sushi. Round 3 begins after my Home Depot trip. Are you going to Home Depot to get something like to Newcomb or what? Watching Desi Jr. doesn't get you more interested in soccer. If it's being watched with him, yes. Just by myself, no, I don't. It's like a bonding thing. Like, when he's doing it, dude, I'm about to run on the field. Like, but you know how it is. That's just how it is when you're a parent. So, like, when he's doing it, dude, yeah, it's like all that matters in the world when that's happening. And then if it's watching it, like, with them, yeah, different. But just, like, if it's just a matter of, like, I just want to know what's going on in the World Cup, like, dude, I don't care if, like, I don't care if Zimbabwe wins, I don't care if Canada wins. I just, I mean, so, what the heck? Wait, where am I? Hold up. Have you tried watching the World Cup? I don't watch sports, but the World Cup is something else. I've seen quite a bit of it because Jesse Jr. watches it with Marilena. And and honestly, when they're doing that, I'm kind of like, okay, this is me when they're doing that. I walk in like the living room and I see them doing that and I'm like, okay, they're super into this. They're occupied right now. And then I go work out. I go stream. I start editing something. I'm like, all right, they're good. Nobody's going to miss me right now. I'm just going to go do something else. Like when they're like that engaged and stuff, then it's like, okay, I'm not needed right now. But I don't know, man. It's just like the Super Bowl. Like, I know it's mean and I know it's very alienating and I'm the minority. But I just feel like, just like when people get all worked up about the Super Bowl, like I've never once in my life sat down and watched the Super Bowl. I think that's kind of like a litmus test of like cavemen, but not even like that. I don't mean it like that because I know like a lot of kids and women and stuff watch. So I don't even mean in that traditional like, oh, what a meathead. I didn't mean it like that. I mean it like simpletons. That's how I mean it. Whether you're male or female, or trying to be something in between. I just always feel like, oh, you sit down and watch the Super Bowl? Oh, okay. And I don't know. We're all different. And maybe you lose respect for me because I don't watch it. I don't know. I just feel like it's silly. I don't know. I think I feel about the Super Bowl like a lot of people felt about the White House card, you know? So, we're all hypocrites. And the way I explain them to you. Leon Enriquez! Thank you, bro. Movie night at Patreon with GM is awesome. Movie night at Patreon with GM is awesome. Thank you, bro. But hear me out. Classic fights at Patreon with GM. GSP, Jones, Silva, etc. Epic fights. We have talked in the past about, and we've started doing this a lot lately, where part of the movie night, every once in a while we'll kind of stop in between and we'll listen to some songs or whatever. We'll just look up some random songs on YouTube, and then especially after the movie. And we've talked about it before about maybe watching a couple stand-up specials. Someone has brought up, and maybe it was you, I don't know, maybe one or two people have brought up watching some fights. So anything's possible. Now, I think one of the things that people liked was and I know it sounds weird because of where we're at, but I think one of the things that the people liked was the little bit of escapism. Like, hey, we don't always have to talk about MMA. Let's do some other stuff. So I think that was kind of part of it. But, I mean, it's not like it has to be that every single week. Maybe we dabble in some stuff, Because I have thought of that myself, Leon, how fun it would be. And I don't know if you guys remember, I tried to do that years ago. I can't believe I would have been dumb enough to do it public on the main page. Maybe I thought if I paused it inside, I can't even believe I tried to do that. I think I was trying to watch like, do any of you remember that? I was trying to watch like UFC 1 with you live, and then it took us down, and then we went and did it on Rumble. So I like the idea of watching like the old, like the classic, the most classic of the classic fights. You got a heat wave in the Northeast. Dang it, man! Well, I guess it is the summer, huh? I was gonna say just out of nowhere, huh? I forget it's the summer. I'm over here in a hoodie right now. I forget it's the summer, bro. Okay, James likes it too. I thought you said the Chubbies. Apparently, the Chicago Cubs weren't playing today. Apparently, Cubbies won 23-3. Dang. The lip licking is from drugs? You think he's getting like cotton mouth? Oh, dang. Coffee Potamus. It's going good, man. Feeling good. New fresh month. Uh-oh, what the heck is this? What the heck is this? I might have to come back right now. What the heck was that? What the heck? All right, never mind. Hello, GM and chat. Hope y'all are doing well. I'm tired. Oh, Connor McMullen, you tired? You been working hard? Is it almost bedtime? Just start over, bro. Just start over. It's confusing sometimes when you're that tired. Then you try to go to sleep at like 3 p.m. and then you wake up at like 10:30 p.m. It's like, dude, I burned myself. What the heck is going on, man? Hold up, I'm tripping out over here. Oh, never mind. Okay. Consider releasing the White House reaction video on parts, more content, and keeps it fresher. I did at one point, but I got to a point where I kind of didn't care anymore. There's a lot of power in not caring. It's very liberating. I remember I only had a few days. The White House event happened. And then like that, the following Thursday, I already had to go somewhere for another one of Jesse Jr.'s tournament. And I was like, I remember like Tuesday evening. The White House event happened on Sunday. I had to leave Thursday night. And I remember Tuesday evening, I was like, there's no way I'm going to finish this video in time. And I remember up until that point, I was just working like a machine, just trying to be hopeful. And then I got to a certain point where I was like, you know what? I don't care if I release this video 2 years from now. I'm gonna release this video with the mindset of like when I did my UFC 1 breakdown. It's gonna just be released way later as like I'm gonna release it like a video like that I would release tomorrow about like the moon landing. It's just gonna be like an evergreen kind of video thing. I'm just gonna release it with that mindset, maybe title it and thumbnail it that way, and not even worry about it. Cause I was like, otherwise I was just like stressed out, like how am I gonna make it? And I kind of feel like the way that I wrote it and formatted it, I just don't know if it would be as good of a product if I chopped it up. So then I was just like, I don't care when I release it. I don't care. And I'm expecting that it'll get 4,000 views. And that's okay. That's okay. Because I did it at my own pace and I did not stress myself out. NFGU. I'm feeling conflicted, dude. I'm feeling very conflicted because I'm trying to shoot something coming up very soon here. And I want to keep it under wraps. But I'm excited about it. I'm supposed to be shooting something very soon here. And man, I really want to bulk up a little more. But I think I need to go right into my cut. I think I have to, man. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to enjoy that, man. I might have to do that later. I might have to trim down shoot my stuff, then woke up again. Just how that it's just a lifestyle. Well, thank you, Octopus. I don't know what I said though. Oh, you're talking about? Is that when we're talking about sports? I think so. I don't care for the Super Bowl or the World Cup, but don't judge those that are interested in the events as lesser. We all have our flavor. Yeah, that's why I got to come to that conclusion. Like, you know what? People probably, think less for me for a lot of the stuff that I do. So it all cancels out. We don't got to think of each other like that, Asking from a neutral perspective, why does it matter what it's named? What are we talking about? Are we talking about what the World Cup is named? I'm lost, man. I'm way too far behind. AGM, I don't want to change the positive vibes, but I just wanted to request some prayer. I've been trying to get ahead financially, but struggling. Thanks for your support. Wish you the best. Well, Coffee Potamus, I don't know if you're saying that. I don't know if you're saying this for a specific reason. I don't know if you're aware of the fact that the last several days, we have actually had a little bit of a trend of which is pretty amazing. Hold up, I gotta. Oh, I don't want to forget this. Shoot, what was that? We've had a little bit of a trend of people asking for prayer requests. And I mean, it's pretty amazing as far as I'm confirmed that we've become the kind of environment where people are let to do that. And I think that's unbelievable. I think that's absolutely unbelievable. And I mean, I could only speak for myself. But I'm praying for these people at night. I really am. And I hope that the other people in the chat that have said that they will do so, I hope they're following through. Maybe some of my prayers should be that they're actually praying. But it's not a change of the positive vibes at all. I mean, what gets better than this, dude? And I just want to say, absolutely. I'm writing this down. And you will 100% be in my personal prayers, bro. 100%. Coffee Potamus, you have been a tremendous blessing to me and to this community. And if I remember correctly, without getting into too many details, you you are an individual that does your own thing and is a I don't know if business owner is the right term, but you're somebody that knows that struggle, that knows that grind, that that 24 hours like it never turns off. You are responsible for this thing, for this success, for the marketing, for the this and the that, keeping the lights on, and that's a lot of pressure, and it never stops, never slows down, never quits nagging at you. So I know the immense pressure that feels like, and I definitely empathize with you. But 100%, bro. Thank you for feeling comfortable enough to come in and bring something like this up, and you will 100% be in my prayers. And I hope that when things start to look promising for you, that you will let us know, some kind of a praise report, I would appreciate that. I'd love to see the change happen in your life in real time, bro. Tampa Tom. I just realized Marloca was a super chat. You were saying, wait, what? I just realized Marloca was a super chat. You were saying. I thought you were yelling Marlogo for no reason. I smoke too much. Tampa Tom, are you? So Tampa Tom thought I had Tourette's all this time. You thought I was just shouting Marlogo? I thought you were joking, bro. Every time you made that correlation, I thought you were just being silly. Oh my gosh. He thought I was just talking about like Big John McCartney and I don't know. Marlogo! Marlogo! Anyway, I think what the UFC is doing right now is kind of the Marlogo! That's crazy, man. That's funny. Cody Chapman. Oh, dude. Cody Chapman. Cody Chapman, there was something that I wanted to tell you, bro. Are you still here right now? I hope you're still here. Because there was something that I wanted to let you know, bro. Please, are you still here? Cody Chapman, by the way, Cody Chapman just blessed goodbye, Booby Tuesdays. Oh, Tuesdays, Booby Tuesdays. Okay. I know what you're into. Thank you, Cody Chapman. I got to go with Conor McGregor right now. Conor McGregor right now. Oh, I see what you did there, Octopus. Oh, heck yeah. Migrant. Mergrant. Shh. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you. I'm going to release it. Like, it'll be released after my retirement, David. Yeah. Oh, man, I hope you're still here. Come on, man. This chat. Okay, here we go. Okay, Cody Chapman. Cody Chapman. Okay. Cody Chapman, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you were joking around. I don't know if you were joking. You must have been here the other night when I was talking about a feud that me and Moss were having from the MMA holes. And then I saw So I was joking. I was joking around. I was trying to test the waters because I told Moss I thought it would be funny if we had like a big falling out and just made like a whole thing about it. And then he told me that he saw a comment where someone was angry with him. This was before I even told him. So look, here's what happened. I was on the stream and I was just pretending like we had a falling out and there was drama. I didn't even tell Moss I was going to do that. And then he saw a negative comment toward him. And he's like, what is this? What are they talking about? And then after that, I told him, he's like, oh, now it makes sense. And so then the other day I was on the Moss and Jesse channel and I saw a comment that was like mad at Moss. And it was from you, Cody. And I thought at first you were joking. But then I read it a couple more times and I was like, I don't think he's joking. And I just wanted you to know because I felt so bad, Cody. I wanted you to know that I was just playing around. I think maybe you left the stream before I said that I was joking. But I just want you to know, like, dude, everybody, Cody Chapman went to bat for me. Cody Chapman was letting Moss have it. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted you to know that I was really appreciative of that, bro. Like, you really had my back. But I didn't know if you were just playing along with the gag, or if you were actually really upset with Moz. So I just had to come clean, bro. Leon Enriquez! It's a Leon Enriquez super chat, but please yell it out. Marlogo! Marlogo! Mar! Thank you, Marlogo! Marlogo! Thank you so much. GM, do you have ads on? I have all the ads on. I'm blasting ads. Hey, think of it this way. The more ads that are on, the less I have to be a moocher. The more that YouTube pays me, the less that, my own loyal viewers have to feel obligated to come out of pocket, Make YouTube pay me. But again, I'll ask you again, it's not taking over the video feed, right? It's just popping up in the chat every once in a while. I don't even know what it looks like. Angel Padilla. Hey, Dojo GM, sorry I'm late, but there was a mutiny. There was a mutiny at the school. Almost didn't make it. But Angel, did you say class? I don't think the interviewer liked me, but we're here. That's so unfortunate, man. Like, you know what's so weird, dude? I remember when I worked at, I remember when I was in car sales. And, dude, there was one or two that I liked, okay? And they shall remain nameless. There was one or two I actually liked. Well, you know what? I would even have to put an asterisk on that. I liked them for being what they were, but for the most part, I'm not telling you a secret, car sales managers are like the scum of the earth, right? It's like when you move your trash can when it's trash day and like some cockroaches sprint out from underneath, that they're like that. That's their family. That's their species. And it would be the strangest thing to me. I remember every once in a while, one of these managers that I knew was just a dirtbag, just lazy, scummy, bad dude, bad intentions, lazy, all this. It would blow my beanie when every once in a while I would walk past the office and I would see one of these guys interviewing someone. And I remember being like, I'd have this thought like, who do you think you are, bro? Like, you're a piece of garbage, bro. And you're the gatekeeper? You're sitting there auditing. You're sitting there judging someone else to see if they're good enough. You need to go home, bro. You shouldn't even be here. And I remember thinking it was the wildest thing. Like, especially when I was a lot younger. You'd go to a job interview and it was like the person interviewing you, there was almost this atmosphere of like, they're here already. They've already overcome. Like, I need to impress them, and they must got it all figured out, and they're the ones that I got to appeal to. And now it's like, it's just some dumb. Most of the time, it's some person that drew the short stick that doesn't even want to do the interview. They didn't even want to be there that day, but their vacation didn't get approved. It's just like they're cranky. They don't like anybody. You know how many times I've seen a manager or someone that was, the person that does the interviews look at something on a resume and laugh and just crumple it up and throw it and haha, good luck. When it was something that wasn't even bad. I literally saw, this one really bothered me. I remember one time there was a guy that came in and he wanted to be a car detailer. He wanted to clean the cars, get the cars looking nice. Really nice guy. He was an older guy. He came in one day when the particular manager that handled that area was not there. So he left the resume with me and he spoke with me and he was very nice. The next day or two, whatever, when the manager came back, he looked at the resume and he was reading all the guy's qualifications. And he was like, oh, dang. Oh, he does it. Oh. And then he saw how old he was. which was probably, I would guess the guy was probably 15 years older. About 15 years older than the manager. He saw how old he was and he goes, ugh! Crumpled it up, threw it away. He said, I ain't going to hire a guy that's older than me to detail the cars. Because he's like a manager. He thinks like, I'm the guy. I'm the dude. You know, walks strutting around like I make all the big... Car sales managers make a lot of money. And he's like, I'm not going to hire a detailer that's older than me. He always wanted to hire like these like, you know, intern type of dudes. You could just like knock around or whatever. He's like, I ain't hiring a guy that's older than me. And I was like... I told him, I was like, dude, he was a nice guy. I talked to them and I was like, that's messed up, bro. He's like, it's, I don't know. It's the interview. It's too much power. They have too much power. However, what I will say, Angel, and who knows how it'll go. We'll see. But, ooh. Yeah. Either way it goes, you already know it's God's will, you know. If you end up not being there, then it's like kind of like, thank goodness that I don't have to work around this person that didn't even want to talk to me. And if it does work out, then it's like, okay, maybe there was a misunderstanding. Maybe they had indigestion, and I was preventing them from going to the bathroom. Maybe I don't know. Whatever it is. Kim North, we need a Mexican martial arts movie. What the heck? How come I didn't hear that? Here we go. Kim North. Kim North. Hold your breath. Hold it, bro. Hold it. Go ahead and hold it. Marlogo! Starring Lou Diamond Phillips. Where? You guys get it? Does anybody get it? Where? Never gonna give you up. Angel, you should have walked in and peed around the door frame like Israel Adesanya. Let's mark your territory. No. I'm sorry, Max Bluestein. Oh, no. Oh. I've said it before. I believe I said it on episode number 1. I do have interior motives with the Moss and Jesse show, and I've been upfront with it. I have told Moss this. I've told him my number one intention with doing the show with him is for his soul to be saved. And for me to be a positive force in his life and for him to come to faith in Jesus Christ. That's the reason I'm doing this thing. Marlogo! James Bishop, I'm blasting ads. I'm blasting ads. Grandmaster 2026. I ain't ashamed. I'm like Kevin McAllister. I'm not ashamed anymore. I don't even care, dude. I'm just like the sitcoms from back in the day. There's only content in between just so the ads could exist. Heck yeah, James. Enjoy that, bro. Cody Chapman says, bro, that's amazing. I was even talking with another member. So sorry, I don't remember who immediately. We were trying to figure out if you were serious, and we thought you were. I didn't finish the stream. So the next day, I just went to bat. GM, I fight for my people. I'll take that post down. Glad it's not serious. You know what, Cody Chapman? I might have to correct myself. I kind of don't think it was even that stream I admitted it. I think I admitted it. I think I came clean the next day. I think it might have been the next day someone brought it up again, and I was like, all right, I got to come clean with you guys. Oh, man, that's funny, Cody. Well, I'm glad that I was hoping that you wouldn't be upset with me and then be like, oh, man, why'd you make me think that? You shouldn't have said that. So that's good, man. That's funny. Yeah, Jessica. Furniture. I knew a lot of car sales people that came from furniture sales. And I heard the stories. Yeah, man. Butterworts. You think he has them Butterworts? He has them Butterworts in his pocket? Do you think Max beats Ilya or Gaethje in a rematch? I think Max loses to Ilya. Ooh. I think if they fight at featherweight, Max loses to Ilya again. It's hard to say at lightweight. It's hard to gauge how much more of an impact Max's punches would have on Ilya. I think there's a good chance. Oof. Yeah, I just don't think. I think that's the first. That's why I was saying, because I can't be backtracking now. That's what I was talking about before with all these asterisks from Ilya. And Max depleting himself to go back to a division that just didn't make sense for him anymore. And that he just couldn't find success in anymore. I do not think that Max beats him at featherweight. Lightweight would be interesting. Do I think Max beats Gaethje in a rematch? No. I think that Gaethje fought Max very, very stupidly in that fight. Very stupidly. And Gaethje knows that. And that was a different time. That was a different point in Gaethje's career. Doesn't mean that, like, you should never fight like that. But that was a different point in his career where he had just come off of that win. Because here's what happened. Gaethje fought Fiziev very smartly, very intelligently the first time. That's how Gaethje should always fight. He fought him very intelligently. And then I think coming off of that win, he knocks out Poirier with a head kick and was probably really feeling himself. He's like, I beat Fiziev over 3 rounds decisively. Then I head kick KO'd Poirier. Let's see what I could do. Let's see what kind of highlights I could get with Max. And he played around too much. He was already 2 fights removed from, however you look at it, 1 fight, 2 fights removed from the Fiziev victory, that he wasn't fighting in that chess style anymore. He wasn't fighting composed and patient. He was fighting like classic Gaethje. He lost. Then he fought Fiziev again and was like, okay, I'm going to be smart again. I'm going to fight Fiziev like I fought him the first time. And then he fought Paddy, and maybe not as much. The way he fought Paddy was kind of like a blend between the way he fought Fiziev and the way he fought Max. Because early on in the fight, he was able to see, okay, I'm seeing how Paddy is responding to my shots, and I can tell that I could take his shots. So then he was able to have a little bit more fun with it. I think after what he learned with fighting, what he learned after that first loss to Max, and then doing what he did again with Fiziev, and then Pimlet, and then being able to do that to Tapoera, I don't think there's any way that Gaethje allows himself to be that irresponsible again against Max. Kim North, remember me in your movie. Remember me in your movie. I know Capoeira. Ooh. Kim North, if you don't want to answer, just ignore it. Did you? I think you told me before. Oh, wait. You're from the UK? Ooh, I don't know if I could be going to the UK, bro. And maybe I could blend in over there. Maybe I could blend in over there. Maybe they'll leave me alone, you know? Dang. Let's see. Sometimes God doesn't put us where we want to be. He puts us where we need to be. Yeah, man. If I was always put in the places that I wanted to be, dude, and then I learned later that it was not a good idea, like, yeah, you see, sometimes you get saved from some bad situations. Yes, El Cuervo. Let's go. You remember that from La Bamba? What is your take on Gaethje's hypothesis that Tapuera will not be the same after that kind of beating? Like El Cucuy, probably talked about it before. Leon, I agree. See, Ilya is not like Max Holloway or... Let me give you some examples. Here are some people that's not like Max. Who's not like Ilya? Max Holloway, Cowboy Cerrone, Alexander Volkanovski, shoot, man. Let's see. And I know this part's not that important. I'm focusing way too much on this now. But I think Sean O'Malley is one that could fit in there. I gotta actually hand that to him. Aljamain Sterling. Charles Oliveira for sure. Moicano. What I'm trying to say is, there's dudes that could lose fights, and they're so, they handle their losses so well, like almost to a strange degree, and they just bounce back. Like they'll actually be like, yeah, congrats to the guy, it was his night, yeah, whatever, we're gonna go back, it's all good, man, like it's happening, it's a sport. Dude, it's almost like if they didn't go, toe to toe with someone one-on-one in a bloodbath, and it's almost like they just lost like a basketball game. Which I remember when I would play, I that's why I can't compete in stuff. I can't handle it. I have to admit it. I'm one of those. I can't handle it. I remember if we lose a basketball, I'm inconsolable. Don't even talk to me. I was just depressed. I was just like, I can't lose. I can't lose anything. I could not handle it. I gotta be the best. I gotta win. I just could live with it. And there's some fighters that, man, they could bounce back. It's like these dudes that, wrestled forever. And bro, you have like 300 matches in a season. It's like, man, you got to lose some of them. And you just learn how to move on to the next one. You got another one coming up so soon. You just got to already focus on that. And Ilya's not one of those dudes. Ilya is like Ronda Rousey, Adesanya, Conor McGregor. Ilya's like one of those dudes where the hype was so strong, and the aura and the way he intimidated his opponents because of all that he brought in with him, the marketing, all the whole thing, the whole package. Once something like that gets shattered the way that it did, there is no coming back from that. It doesn't mean he could never win another fight, but he could here's the thing, quite literally, he cannot ever be the same 100%, because his whole thing was being that supposedly was being that psychic undefeated dude, changing his bio and his record in the bio the night before, celebrating and drinking champagne on the tabletops the night before, that smug little look the night before, manifesting this, already knowing the answer, doing the thing with his roses. he could never do that again because that narrative is now gone. He can't go back and be. And I am a little bit. I did just watch Time Cop, so I'm a little bit on the like. Well, he could go back in time, but I don't think that technology is available to us yet. So he literally can't. That is over. And I think it was just so much ego that he's gonna have to find a new thing. He's gonna have to do like an Ibogaine kind of like. He's gonna have to find some kind of redeeming angle. Because people are just gonna laugh at him if he tries to do the whole thing again and manifest and this and that. But like, why didn't you manifest last time, bro? You forgot. Somebody is being very generous in the PayPal right now.
My flow goes deep like the ocean. It burns so hard, grab the lotion. I might hit the 3-wheel motion. Cause I'm sipping on this green tea potion.
Okay, to the person who sent that, I will say that I agree with you. And I thought it was it's a little hard to believe, and I think it's fun to play along, you know? But I agree with you. There's no way. There's no way. That's funny. Breaking news, Sophie Cunningham is taking feet pics. Who the heck is Sophie Cunningham? Sophie Cunningham. Ugh, brother. I bet you her foot's bigger than everyone else in this chat. Hey, that's probably why you like it though, huh? That's gross. I'm not a foot dude. I told you before. I think that's nasty, man. I haven't even seen my own feet in 3 years, so I don't get it, man. You know what I was looking up the other night? And dude, it's compelling, dude. I don't want to start to get all, I don't want to start a whole thing right here. But somebody told me to look into someone named Mike Robinson. It doesn't look good, man. Or it does look good, depending on how you feel. But, bro? I mean, I think people are jumping the gun a little bit. Before you get mad, maybe do some research. I don't know. It's compelling, bro. From multiple sources. It's compelling, dude. Justin was compromised in that Max fight due to the broken nose. Did he? I don't remember that. Did he go into that fight with the broken nose? Or wait a minute. Didn't Max compromise it? Because he gave him like a spinning kick to the face right at the end of the first round? Or I don't know. Max also did poke him in the eyes twice, right? But then Gaethje, did you guys see that photo? Supposedly they're trying to say that Gaethje poked Ilya in the eyes. But it happened, man. Big John McCartney said it's all good. There's no fouls in MMA. We could move over to the USA. LOL. Yup, I'm from London, UK. Oh, then you're gonna move just to be in the movie? Heck yeah, dude. Willing to relocate? He didn't take his health, he took his soul. Oof. Heck yeah. Same here, El Cuervo. Yeah, sometimes you gotta lose to improve. Yeah, you gotta go backwards to go forward. You gotta reassess, Gotta go. Oh, Nature Lady Michigan. I didn't even know you was here. Gotta go, but much love and looking forward to the movie news. Hope the wife like the chicken recipe. Try it. I need to go shopping. I need to go to the store. I'll give you the update. I don't even know the last time I went to the store, man. Thank you so much, Nature Lady Michigan. Woo! Thank you. Shout out to everyone lucky enough to have bought a car from this fine gentleman. Thank you, man. I always felt good when I sold cars to people because I knew that I actually, what's like pretty much every single time I sold a car, it was like my manager hates me even more now. Every sale I did was like a beef with my manager because they wanted me to rip everybody off. And I was like, no, dude. I'm not. I remember they would try to like skimp out on floor mats and stuff like that, and I'd be like, okay, cool. And then I'd leave the office and I'd go get keys from a car that I knew had mats. I would just take them out of that car and put them in let's just be like, all right, you deal with that later then. You find mats for that car later then. I'm giving my people mats. I'm not going to be doing stuff like that. It was dirty, man. I don't know. I always wanted to give them a good experience. And it stays with you, man. I didn't know how long I was going to be there. You know what? There were a few people that I sold multiple cars to. So it's like, once you're there long enough, if you treat people bad and you rip them off, they're never going to come back to you. You can't make a living like that. So just treat people good. It does you no good to burn them. One thing's for sure, Tapuera's grappling is overhyped after what we saw. His grappling game is no match for the Dagestanis, 100%. You know what? I remember there was this footage where people were losing their minds over some of Ilya's grappling. And I know it sounds like it, like I'm not making this up. It's not like a joke that I sat down and crafted. It happened. I remember seeing footage and it did look good. And everybody was sharing it. It was a big deal. It was footage of him grappling with the Nauk boys. And I remember this way that he was going into this transition, and it was fast and it was smooth and it was like the technique was amazing. It was like, oh, snap. It was with the Nauk boys. And then Josh Hokett said something pretty interesting when he was talking with Ariel Hawini. He made the point, and it's the same thing with Poirier. I saw footage. Of course, he's popping up all over the algorithm now. I saw footage pop up of him today, and he was sparring with someone in the gym, and he was just beating the heck out of him, man. He was just beating the heck out of this dude that probably, he probably has a few kids. He's probably just trying to go to the gym and sweat a little bit, trying to get his heart rate going, trying to get in shape. No aspirations to be a fighter. He's just trying to stay active. And Poirier beating the heck out of him, man. There were other people in the gym. When the dude would get knocked down, they'd pick him up, help him back up, just to give Poirier some more work. Like, Poirier, you could tell he was trying to kill him. And we've seen footage of Tapuera like that too. I made a video about it not that long ago when I was doing the Instagram scrolling videos or Twitter. And the guys, remember those guys that looked like they were hostages? And they were like, Ilya is such good fighter. And he break my rib. And I still so sore. And my head hurt. He hit so hard. And it's like, okay, so he's just beating the heck out of these dudes. And they're afraid of him. So Hokett's point was he's not getting any good looks because he's hurting everybody. And he's making them afraid to actually give him some good looks and get out there and get a good jab going and get a good rhythm going because he's just trying to hurt people. So it's kind of his fault. He shot himself in the chancla because he's not getting to put that good work in because everyone's respecting him too much. They're afraid of him. So he did it to himself. Ilya's the type of dude to lose so that he could win a rematch? What the? He's the new Tony? Yeah, it's crazy, Geo dudes. There's different ways to look at it. And I kind of don't want to talk about it too much because it's in my breakdown video that will come out around Christmas time. But Ilya was saying after round 2, he was saying, wait a minute. No. He was saying it after round 3. I can't see. He said it, I can't see. He said it at least 2 times. And that's why they called in the doctor. By the way, saying I can't see should have already been, it's a wrap. But he said I can't see at least 2 times. Go watch it. Doctors came in. And then he's like, no, I could actually see. So you could say that he wanted to be done. He said, I can't see. And rumors are he couldn't see since the first round when he caught like a crazy shot to the right eye. But he said after the 3rd round, I can't see. I can't see. Meaning he knows he's been a fighter. That means you're done. When you say those words, that means I want to be done. And he said that after the 3rd round. But then the doctor came in and he's like, no, I actually can't see, which made me think one of the possibilities is he was trying to buy time. You know, what was it? Stoolgate. Then you got GSP, Vaseline Gate or whatever. Now you got Eye Gate. Was he just saying I can't see, even though he couldn't see, but he still wanted to keep fighting anyway? Was he just saying I couldn't see to buy time so the doctor could come in and look forever, take all that time, and then still be like, oh, no. There was a miscommunication in language. I'm good. What are you talking about? Or maybe he said, I can't see. And someone from the corner said, you better find a way to take that back. We cannot throw this in right now. Maybe they were checking Haushi or whatever, trying to find out the bets. No, you can't quit right now. You got to quit after the 4th round. I don't know. And then he said it again, 4th round. And then everyone's trying to say that the brother said no. That he said, no, we're not stopping this fight. But then it shows the brother going like this. Like the same motion the ref does. So I don't know why people are trying to contest that the brother said that. It's so weird. Yeah, either way, he quit. He basically quit multiple times. Hasta luego. It was so good to have you here, Kim North. I hope you have a fantastic time at work. Tall women rule. Sometimes you just need more women. I only learned about Time Cop after watching Bloodsport on Tubi. Now I'm only being recommended Jean-Claude Van Damme movies. He does good work. Coffee Bottom is, in the last week or so, I watched Lionheart, Hard Target, and Time Cop. I'm going on a little bit of a spree myself. Yeah, there's some good stuff on Tubi. The ones I watched, they're free movies on YouTube. I've been trying to find all the free ones of Jean-Claude on YouTube. Oh, dang it. So someone's already doing what I was trying to do, Angel? I'll check it out, bro. No fouls in the UFC, warnings only. That's funny. That'd be funny if the refs actually told them that backstage. Just use something I said in the movie. I'd be happy. You won't sue me, would you, Lord Racer? Enter the chancla. A mixed martial arts film. Citizen mixed of mixed martial arts and Mexicans. Ay, ay, ay. Judgment Day, Judgmental Day. Round 2, Ilya Zigmatic was clearly smashed on the right. Also, Gaethje reached CTE Ascension. Some call it CTE 2. Yeah, Hard Target was cool, man. You been on Tubi? I'm trying to get on Tubi, man. That's like, if I could get like a movie on Tubi, like something all random like that, that would be so cool, man. The same but better. Do you think McGregor will Roadhouse Max Holiday? Roadhouse 2024 and Roadhouse 1989 for movie night. You know what, Leon? It's funny that you bring that up because I was gonna say I still haven't watched Roadhouse, which makes no sense. But I still have not watched Roadhouse. So when you say that, if he's gonna Roadhouse Max, I don't even know what that means. But I love it. But I gotta watch it, dude. I'm not a lame GM. I'd never sue you. Heck yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate you not suing me. James Bishop, are you nice and full, bro? Uh-oh. I keep getting the most random notifications from Reddit on stuff that I'm not even like I'm not even signed up to get notifications for. I just got a notification from a Shane Gillis Reddit thread or whatever, and it says annoying and gay. But what a weird way to start that. What does that even? It has nothing to do with even the rest of it. Annoying and gay, but Shane's ex. This is talking about Shane Gillis. Shane's ex is trashing him so hard on TikTok Live right now. Said he cheated on her, didn't support her financially like he said he would, is a narcissist. All his friends hated him. Wow. Dang. Interesting. I wonder if it's still alive. That'd be funny to watch. Shane Gillis X. Why is she going up so hard at him? What did he do? Baby. I don't know, man. It's the same old thing though. It's the same thing that I was saying about like Brendan Schaub before. I feel like if we watch the video of this girl saying like all this negative stuff about Shane Gillis, like how much of the stuff that she says about him do you think people here, like all of us right now, could be like, yeah, the same stuff could be said about me or some of my best friends or my family, you know? No, who's perfect? Roadhouse is the Who Framed Roger Rabbit of action movies. Wait, is that a compliment? That was a good movie. Daniel Comer said, "What up, vato?" That guy. Biscuits, bacon, eggs, chicken sausage. Oh, that sounds good, bro. That sounds good, bro. Kareem XT. Thank you, bro. Dude, I don't even have a goal up today. I feel like if I had a goal up, you guys would have already met it. What the heck is going on today? Kareem, what's up, brother? I love you. Here's something to think about. What if the most terrifying thing about murder is not the violence, but how quickly a person becomes evidence? Oh my gosh. Kareem, let me tell you this, bro. First of all, thank you for the love, man. Much love. Love you, man. Thank you for being here and supporting. But Kareem, dude, I feel like am I gonna make myself sound like an idiot right now? You know what? I'm actually gonna look this up. I'm gonna look this up because you're blowing my mind right now, bro. I was like, there's no way this isn't already from something. This is so, dude, what you just wrote, I don't know if you got that from somewhere. I don't know if you heard that from somewhere, but dude, what you just wrote is the opening line to a movie. In case you didn't know. Or like one of the best TV series of all time, episode 1. Think about it. What if the most terrifying thing about murder is not the violence? No, not even like that. That's too overdone. It's just like some random character. Like, what if the most terrifying thing about murder is not violence, but how quickly a person becomes evidence? And then, you know, it starts, the credits start, and then you start panning on like a dead body. Dude, that's the beginning of a movie. That is the beginning of a movie. That is crazy, man. Now, just like I asked Lord Racer a little bit ago, will you sue me if I use this line as the opening of a movie? That is amazing, bro. That, whew. It is weird, dude. It's kind of like, you know what that kind of reminds me of? It's like when someone you know passes away. That weird, like the first time you say it out loud, when you're talking about them and you say stuff like he was such a good dude. When you start talking about him in past tense and it's like, oh, what? I have to talk about them in past tense now? It's weird, man, how just boom, like life is so precious, man. It's so precious and just such a delicate thing. You're right, bro. That is terrifying. Do you know who created breakfast and why or when? I'm not even joking. Wasn't it the Rothschilds? I'm not even joking. I'm almost positive it was. I tell my Elena all the time that breakfast is a sham. It's not like a real thing. Like people didn't, in ancient times, like traditionally, people didn't have breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's just a way for them to slow us down. They're trying to beef us up. It's not conducive to the most healthy type of lifestyle. The breakfast, lunch, dinner, that format, that was not always since the beginning of time. That's something, it was like marketing. That's all. They were just trying to sell cereal. I'm almost positive it was the Rothschilds. I feel like I looked into this before. Oh yeah, I'm not an organ donor. I always tell everybody, do not be an organ donor. They have no incentive to have. They're begging for organ donors. They'll find ways to kill you proactively, preemptively if you're an organ donor. DC better watch out, man. Dang. Well, thank you, Rafa. Rafa Munguia. Rafa Mungia. Thank you, Rafa. I appreciate that, man. Earlier today, I was kind of just, when I woke up, I was just kind of pacing around outside, and I was like, I gotta just take those steps already, man. No one's gonna do it for me. No one's gonna do it for me, and I get caught in this hamster wheel of UFC and MMA news, and it's like, it's never gonna end. I need to take those steps and do it, man. I gotta put myself out there. I gotta make my stuff, man. You break your fast, break the fast. Aliens created breakfast. GM is so wise, but better. Antiseptics. Wait a minute. Are you playing with me? Is that how Only Murders in the Building starts? Is that what that's from? GM, I love the tinfoil beanie talk. Need to hear your take on Antarctica, the Nephilim, etc. Well, dude, I mean, the Nazis were trying to get to Antarctica for a reason, you know? NASA does what it does to us and tells us the stuff that it does for a reason, you know? I think they're very much aligned. Like, nobody looked at the... Dude. Like, what would it take for people to realize that the people that... Like, they're always trying to call people Nazis. Like, that's the word. That's the go-to word, right? That's the big bad word, calling people Nazi. It's like, do you know that that's who you're putting all your faith and trust in? They just switched their name. They just changed the last two letters from Nazi to NASA. It's the same people that laid the foundation. It's those geniuses that they brought over from Germany, photoshopping everything out of Antarctica so that we can't see it. We already saw it. We already know it's there. Yeah, Nephilim. It's wild, man. It's wild. That could go in a lot of different directions, man. That stuff's fascinating. That's the kind of stuff that's going to get me kicked off YouTube, though. Chilling scares? Okay. Heck yeah. I think our society and our media has led us to believe that things like Nephilim and dude, even like Jurassic Park type of stuff. I think our culture has led us to believe that certain things are silly. It's just silly. It's impossible. But then they do, I mean, it's like the one thing. It's the one thing that every nation on earth actually does come together and hold hands with and agree upon to keep us out of there? Huh. I know it sounds silly and you make yourself sound like a lunatic to say certain things, but when we've heard the types of things that we've heard about Antarctica and the things that they decided to try to scrub from the internet, it's like, you know, it's not below me to assume that, you know, there are some things that are surviving maybe under certain layers in certain habitable areas. And you know, we get these big egos and we think we've discovered everything. We've explored it all. We know all there is to know. Man. Who knows what those dudes with the spears that always kill those dudes trying to take them Bibles are hiding out there in all those trees too. You know, there's like, we think too much of ourselves. Do you think DC just fell victim to a random troll regarding the scandal text he got from Trump Jr.? I think that's more likely, honestly. I think that's more likely than it have really been Eric Trump. Now, look, this ain't even me being political at all. I swear, because I know it's going to sound like I am. I know it's going to sound like I'm getting political. But I think his name was Eric, right? Eric Trump. I don't think, you could not like him. You could not like him and whatever. That's your choice. But that doesn't mean that he has to be like one of the most moronic people ever. Like, what a dumb, that would be like a Hunter Biden type of thing to do. Like, you're so in bad shape that you would actually do something like that. That not under the radar. I don't think Eric Trump would have done that. But I said it not that long ago, unfortunately, because I love DC. And that's why I say unfortunately. I kind of think that DC's part was real. I do think that his reaction, his response and all that was real. Because there's people like him, right? They're trying to say that the part that was Eric was AI and not real. DC's part was AI. It wasn't real. Someone hacked him and then shared the thing that wasn't real. But it completely seemed like a way that DC would respond. Just trying to be like, oh, how dare you? I love this game. It definitely seemed like something that he would have said, and that bums me out. That he would have went for the bait like that. Edward Bernays created the bacon, eggs, and toast idea we have for breakfast. But breakfast has been a thing for a long time. Lurk, the urging of breakfast when the world would break the nightly fast. Thus breakfast. That's good, man. You can never have too many facts in there. That's gonna drive me crazy though. Cause this is gonna drive me crazy. I'm gonna have to do an even deeper dive into this. That's gonna bother me. Cause I need this to fit my narrative. I was checking my old Ring camera footage from last Halloween. I found Jesse in a Conor McGregor costume trick-or-treating at my house. What the heck? Charlie. What's in Antarctica? The fuel. The fuel. More like Cantarctica. Who would win MMA World Cup? Isn't that basically what like the GFL's trying to do? Because they're coming back. Did you see? I saw on Instagram they're like running ads trying to get investors to bring the GFL back. They're trying to get people to invest in it. And they make like teams and all that. I think that's weird. I mean, I guess at least it'll be something different. As long as we don't lose like non-tournament MMA type stuff, I guess whatever. It's just supplemental. Dude, if there was no restrictions and everybody just like if there was no Dana White privilege, probably Russia. Probably Russia. Grandmaster would have been a Nazi scientist looking for aliens in Antarctica. Dude, I told Marilena the other day, and I know I've talked about this with you guys before. Like in an alternate reality, I would want to be like an explorer. Like I'd be going to like the depths of the Grand Canyon. I'd be going to like the Brazilian rainforest. I'd be going to like Antarctica. I love that stuff, man. I love that stuff. I remember there was a little window of time when I was a kid. I thought I was going to do stuff like that. Be like Indiana Jones. Word is that we were in Iraq looking for Gilgamesh and some other things. Funny how Gilgamesh was name dropped in Hillary's deposition too. Oh, what the heck? It was? What the heck? I think Antarctica is like a flat Everest. So we don't want to litter the environment with a bunch of dead people that wanted to go to Antarctica. Oh, man. Come on, David. Come on, David. They got you, bro. They found Antarctica on a map before it was actually discovered. Yeah, and didn't they try to change the map or something? I remember. That sounds familiar what you're saying. I mean, I get it. Like, I get it. It's like, but there'd be no, here's the thing. There'd be, people go to Everest for a reason. Because they, the whole thing. It's like going to the Statue of Liberty or whatever in its own way. But Antarctica doesn't have that. What Antarctica has is the conspiracy, is the mystery, is the darkness, is the suspicion. And they did that before. They did that long. People have been trying to hide Antarctica forever, since as far back as we know. And that's why it's made people they don't want to go there as, like, all these people trying to keep civilians or whatever out of it is literally what makes them realize there's something over there. It's not like they were just going there organically and they're like, oh, we got to keep people out of here. They're trashing our parks. Dude, if that was the case, then they'd close all the beaches. They'd close Yosemite. They'd close everything because everyone's a bunch of animals. It's disappointing, man. Every time I go somewhere, litter everywhere, trash everywhere. People don't care about anything. They don't clean anything up. They close everything down then. That's always fascinated me, David. It's the oldest written story. It has a bunch of stories that come up in another famous book. And that's always been so crazy to me that a lot of people think that first means best or first means right. Just like when people say, that Christianity wasn't the first religion. And I'm like, okay. First of all, I guess it depends on what kind of verbiage you put on it. Because if I'm someone who believes in a God and a creation story and Adam and Eve, it's like, call it whatever the heck you want. But, my God was there from the beginning of time. My God created time. So call it whatever you want. But it always fascinates me when people try to take that angle with the Gilgamesh thing. You know, that was even before the story of Noah's Ark. And I'm like, that's just like saying, hey, do you know that this old, crooked, uneven wooden chair was invented before this nice $5,000 massage chair? Does that mean it's better? Does that mean it's like the one? Like the end all be all? Like, people didn't even start off with written language. Things were passed down in different ways. Like, just because one was, you know, pen to paper, and I know that those weren't the items that they use, but just because one was pen to paper first means nothing. And then even aside from that whole thing, all it does more than anything is reinforce that actually happened. The fact that there is globals and every culture and every society, stories passed down of a global flood. That's the biggest takeaway, but that's never the priority when people are talking about it. That's never the focus. They put the Gilgamesh in after your hernia surgery. That's like saying the first season ever that there was of an NBA was better than like Michael Jordan's best season because it was first. Like, I'm just saying, I know that these are not perfect straight across metaphors. I'm just saying that first never, like, rarely indicates that something is like the thing, you know? Like, take this. Everyone's always making fun of me with like the flat earth stuff. People started off believing that the earth was flat. So are you going to say that that's best? First is best? Okay, it's flat then. Are we done here? Man, you know what would have been funny? You know what would have been hilarious? I've never even thought of this angle. If the Epic of Gilgamesh was like prophetic, it would have been like David writing the Psalms, saying things that Christ was going to say when he was finally here on the earth and upon being crucified. And then when Christ said it, it's like, oh, and then they kind of, that would be crazy. I've never heard anybody talk about that. Conor has put on some mass and is looking top heavy. I think that makes his power more dangerous, but if Max survives the first 3 rounds, I think Max has a chance. Yeah, it was weird. I saw photos of Conor McGregor coming out, and people were like, in the comment sections, like giving him a hard time, and I was like, hold on, let me refresh my memory. I'm having like a brain battle right now. Cause like I just remembered something that is like I'm almost positive is correct. It's a weird feeling. Like I just remembered something that I already knew. And it's like I'm shocked. Like if I'm hearing it for the first time, but I already knew this. Yeah. Okay. It's like shocking to me that Max Holloway is gonna fight Conor McGregor at welterweight. Like, I already knew this. I've talked about this. But it's like... It could just, like, hit you again out of nowhere. Like, wait a minute. Max? Welterweight? And it was so weird when I was seeing people talk down on Conor McGregor for looking the way he did. It's like, you know, he's fighting at welterweight, correct? And it was weird because he didn't... Look, I've been making fun of Conor McGregor. I've been giving Conor McGregor a hard time since the first video ever of this channel. But, you know, I gotta be honest. I'm an MMA truther. And We've been seeing photos of him for years now, just like uber beefed up. Just thick, man. And the way he looks now, he looks kind of skinny. He's had to trim down. It's just so weird to hear people try to search for any negative angle that they can. He doesn't even look bad. He's fighting at welterweight. So yeah, I think it's not gonna be good. Max is coming up to, dude, welterweight is insane. Let's see here. Yeah, he fought the majority of his career, obviously featherweight, lightweight. It's just, dude, welterweight is insane for Max. He has never, I mean, who knows? People do what they do in sparring, whatever. We have never seen Max in an octagon competing at welterweight. Now I know, and I can't believe some people still want to debate about this, but I know that we've seen Conor McGregor at welterweight against Donald Cerrone. And wait a minute. When he fought Poirier, was that at welterweight? Because how come it doesn't say back to lightweight on the Wikipedia? It's weird that it doesn't specify on either of their pages. Let me see. UFC. Lightweight. Okay, yeah. Let me make sure. UFC 257 and 264. Lightweight. Okay. So, a lot of people believe that Donald Cerrone took a dive and that was just going through the motions, you know? But Conor's been there. He's competed there. He's thrown shots there. He's taken shots there. Now, for those of you, I don't know, there might be one person in here. For those of you who don't think that Cerrone took a dive, if you don't think that Cerrone took a dive, then watch that fight again. It's hard for me. It's really hard for me to even move on with this thought because it's hard for me to watch that fight and believe that Cerrone didn't take a dive. It's cartoonish. But let's say Cerrone didn't take a dive. If he didn't, then the way that he reacted to Conor's shots in there was like if Conor lands like Francis Ngannou. The way that he put him out so effectively, so impactfully, so quickly. How do you think Max is going to take that? The featherweight dude. Old pillow hands Max Holloway, the significant strikes leader of all time, which means he doesn't hit hard enough. Yeah, this top heaviness, I think is good for him, man. I think it's good for him. I don't think Max survives those 3 rounds, man. I love Nancy Drew, man. Chain gang. Indiana Holmes. Oh, what the heck? Antarctica does have pyramids. No, so you can go to Antarctica. You 100% can go, but it is a very strict area. I mean, look, it's like no point in me even saying this because it's kind of like when you're trying to argue with someone about COVID who got 15 shots. Someone who got 15 vaccinations and you're trying to argue with them about COVID, you're not going to get anywhere with them. So it's like you're right. You can go to, and I'm not saying that about you, David. I'm just saying people who know more about this will just debate it till the wheels fall off and they have all the answers. I know that. But you can go to Antarctica, but it's like a heavily guided Pacific. You can only go here. You're right on the edge of this and that. You can't go anywhere. And I know that people would say, well, duh, or else you're going to die and it's too cold and the polar bears and the ice is melting and blah, 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 blah. How convenient. How convenient. And there's even like military bases. Dude, I was going deep on this the other day. You absolutely can go there. There's even like military in certain areas. It's just even them, they have their own stations where you're not supposed to go here and there. It's heavily monitored. You just cannot. And they give that false illusion that, oh, but you can go there. You can go there this summer. Okay. But can I go over there? Can I go look at that? Oh, no. It doesn't even count then. It doesn't even count. It's like if you go to John Wayne Gacy's house and he's like, oh yeah, you can go. Oh, don't go in the basement. Don't go in the basement. Like, okay, that's where I wanted to go though. I may be wrong, but I think there's a conspiracy that the Russians invaded the Arctic way back in the day. Dude, everybody was trying to get there. There was something that everybody knew that was like lost in time. That's been lost in time. Everybody wanted to get there. All the power, all the everything that Hitler was trying to do, blah, 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 blah. That was his thing. That was it, Hitler. That was the main thing. Antarctica. Everybody wanted to get there. Columbus was up to some Epstein stuff from his very first trip. Probably didn't just start then either. Oh no, for real? He got down like that? Oh no, I fell back. I fell back in the chat. Oh no. Also, we do stop people from going to specific places on this earth. We don't allow people to go to North Sentinel Island. We have a literal human zoo that we are attempting to preserve. Yes. You know what? And look, sometimes, I'm going to be honest, sometimes I say stuff on here and I'm like, I don't know if I should have said that. Because the most important thing to me in this life, to me, and look, I know it's foolishness to some other people. I know they'd lose respect for me about it. It's what is my eternal destination. For me, it's my faith, okay? And sometimes I feel like I say things that people are like, ooh, 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 and they think, oh man, I think this dude lost his beanie. And that I feel like sometimes that might affect my testimony, my witness. And I'm like, maybe I shouldn't say something. I don't know. I'm only human. And here's why I'm saying that. First of all, the whole North Sentinel Island thing, I think it's way too convenient. I think it's way too convenient with all the places that have been discovered and they have Wi-Fi and TVs and genes and stuff like that. I think it's way too convenient that this place is still preserved the way that it is and operating the way that it is. I 100% believe that there's something there that would just shake up the world if we were allowed to go there. And there's a part of me there. Have you guys ever watched Louis? Remember Louis? Have you ever seen that series with Louis C.K.? Do you guys remember that scene where Louis was standing by a window and he saw a homeless person out on the street, and then a black like limo looking car pulled up, and two guys that look like they're from the CIA in these suits, they get out of the car and they put the homeless guy in the car, and then they take out another homeless looking guy and they leave him there and they drive off? Now, I know it was a TV show, but you remember that? It's very much like protests and leaving pallets full of bricks and all that kind of. So there's a part of me. I don't even know how big it is. There's a part of me that looks at those dudes with the bow and arrows from the North Sentinel Islands and thinks, those are dudes that maybe they're on that MK Ultra. Maybe they are CIA operatives themselves. But maybe those dudes' names are like Nicholas, Emilio, Nathaniel, Michael. Like they're just normal dudes. And they're out there putting on this illusion. And then there's these places saying, we must protect them, leave them alone. We're going to give them influenza and whatnot just to keep people away. Who knows? It's one big psyop. Maybe they ain't even native dudes. They might be our next door neighbors. They might rotate them out there. Who knows? They probably take shift breaks. Have you ever seen like the tunnels underneath Disneyland where Mickey Mouse takes off his head? The other day I was getting a oil change. That's right. I don't change my own oil. I was getting an oil change at this place, and across the street was a Fiesta auto insurance place with the bird. Have you guys ever seen the bird? The dude took his head off. You could at least go into the building, bro. Go behind the building. There's kids going by in the cars waving at you. He took his head off and starts drinking his water. And you know what was the weirdest part? I couldn't believe it. And I took a video of it because I thought it was hilarious. I took a video of it. He took off his head, and he continued waving. Bro, you should be hiding. You should be ashamed. This is something that you shouldn't have done. You should be embarrassed. He took off his head, his bird head, put it down. He was drinking his drink and going like this. No, that's not making it better. How long ago was that? I remember I thought it was funny, and I thought I'm gonna show the people this. It's so funny to see him put his head back on. By the way, I remember watching this play out being like, for those of you who don't remember, I used to do that. By the way, the bird's name is Max. Max, the Fiesta auto insurance bird. I used to do that, and they would pay me cash under the table. I used to do that for a living. I've been that bird. So I was watching him like, that's all you got? That's all you got for the people? I remember, dude, I was a legend. I remember when I was the bird, I was like, I was like, I see them now and they're like, I burned like 5,000 calories a day in that thing. I was moving, bro. One time I misstepped and I fell off the sidewalk. I just, boom, almost got a concussion. I just rolled back in the gutter, bro. Makes me sick to see stuff like that. But what if they're like that at the North Sentinel Island? They're taking smoke breaks. They're going under the tunnels like Mickey Mouse, just laughing, talking about the football game. And then some other guy comes like, it's not even real, bro. It's crazy. It's like back in the old days of Hollywood where you got like this dude from Ireland playing a Native American. It's crazy, man. Got some like Ariana Grande type dudes out there. By the way, the sun being round and the moon being round, to me, it's like, what the heck, bro? Yeah, my slice of pizza's flat and it's shaped like a triangle, and my pepperoni's shaped like a circle. Like, who cares, bro? The sun and the moon being round has no effect on me to whether or not the earth is flat. I don't understand that at all. Gilgamesh is the earliest that we know of, only because we haven't found anything older yet. What has likely been wiped out by the flood. I mean, another fantastic point. That might be one of the reasons why they don't want us to look at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. They don't want you to find any of the bones of the Nephilim down there. Don't you guys? We've talked about this before. We've talked about bones of giants being found and the Smithsonian taking them and then saying, uh-oh, we lost them. Look it up. You don't have to trust me. Look it up. They've gotten the bones of giants, and it's not supposed to happen like that. We're supposed to be getting bigger and better and stronger and more advanced, right? We're not supposed to be going backwards. It doesn't look good for their cause if it shows back in those days we had giants, because then it aligns with the scriptures. That's not good. Maverick, Top Gun, it's so good. Bro, I feel like I haven't seen you forever, dude. Thank you for being here, man. David, I'm not even saying that it's coming from you, bro. That's why I wanted to clear that up. It's just like, that makes me think of other things that I've seen and heard, and then I'd start thinking about those people. Grandmaster, I brought you virtual root beer. It's going to be good. It's going to be good, Ninja Turtle. Thank you, bro. Hold up. Oh, yeah, I could taste it. I could taste it, bro. And it's good to be able to taste it without even having to have the calories, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Do you think Connor's cardio has improved? I think it has to, man. There's no way it got worse. He's been running from a lot of things. He's been running from the allegations. He's been running from the truth, from his reality. He's been running from his past. He's been running from his demons. %, Maverick. I appreciate you appreciating it. Yeah, welterweight is crazy for Max, man. And I like the way Max Bluestein, I like the way that, who put it that way? Was it Connor? Because Max, I mean, we always talk about Max sounding, Max has sounded like he's had CTE for like 8 years now. And he's got them dog years on him, man. He does that to himself. Like I said, I keep talking about it, the leading strikes, significant strikes leader. That's not good for him. It's not good for his reputation. It's not good for his... He's always in wars. And he has dog years on him. Connor's been chilling. Connor's been recovering. While this guy's been getting the lumps and bumps. I'm surprised Charlie Olives didn't decide to strike with Max. I don't know, man. Maybe Oliveira got upset that Max said he was gonna choke him out. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was gun shy from what happened with Ilya. Raise your hand if you wear a mask when you're in your car alone. I respect that, Cheese Lyman. I know how it is, man. I know how it is to have that kind of love for a fighter, man. That's how I'm feeling every time I'm pulling for Taito Iwasa. Ironic that my response to you, GM, is that I'll always be here to play devil's advocate for you. And I love it, man. It makes things interesting, David. It's fun. It's all good, man. It's all love. Dang, I remember Max couldn't even hurt a small Volkanovski. Connor's going to smash him like some potatoes. That's what I'm trying to tell people. I think people get it mixed up, and they assume that me speaking some kind of truth because of Max's power or lack thereof means that I must hate him, and while everyone else in the world loves him. And I don't hate Max. He seems like he's a nice enough dude. He's a funny guy. I don't have anything against him, but it's like, you cannot be the significant. That's a slap in the face. That's like getting the award for having the toughest chin or for taking the best beating. Being the significant strikes leader is not a good sign. You think your neighbor's an alien? Turn him in. Turn him in. You got to rope him up when he's trying to get in the car to go to work. Turn him in. Dang. North Centenalis have DNA from an unknown ancestor that is not present in any other human population. Interesting to think about. So they made him in a laboratory. You know what? Now, dude, oh my gosh, dude. There's a lot of different ways you could take this, man. There's a lot of different ways that you could take this. I mean, if you're somebody that at all, there's even people that struggle with where they stand on their relationship with God or Christ or the Trinity or eternity or whatever, but they still at least have some kind of respect, some kind of reverence for the scriptures. Like they know there's something there. And if you're like that at all, then you know that, there's nothing that has ever given us the impression, biblically or afterward, besides people saying, oh, that's silly, you believe in that? There's nothing that has ever given us a solid expectation that we shouldn't. Like, for example, when you're reading the scriptures, there are times when there are literally angels walking about and they appear from every metric to be men. And we have that, dramatic irony where we can see as the reader, these are angels. The writer is telling us that these are angels, but to all the people around them, they look like men. Same thing happens with demons. And there's never been anything that's taken place that's told us that dispensation is over. That doesn't happen anymore. Now, there are things where that is the case, but as far as these things occurring, there's never been anything that's taken place to say that's not going to happen anymore. So, with that line of thinking, you could think, are these dudes demons? Are they keeping us away from something that the prince of the power of the air, that the Lord of this world, Satan himself, which Christ tells us about? That's not me like declaring, that I'm a Satanist or anything like that. Is that the demons protecting something that they don't want the world to find out? Are they angels? Is it like the cherubim when God said, hey, they're going to guard this. You couldn't even get in there if you tried. You can't even get back to the Garden of Eden. They're blocking it. Good luck. You ain't getting in there. Are they angels? Were they made in a laboratory by the CIA because they don't even have the same ancestry known to anything else alive in the human population? Where'd they come from? That's fascinating. Are they AI robots? Maverick, wait. Oh, I thought you were saying that you've been that bird too. No, I've been that bird. I know how to do it right, man. We're the same person, dude. We're the same person. I dressed as a chicken handing out flyers for a chicken joint. we're like Richard Pryor and oh no, what's his name? And Gene Wilder in Stir Crazy. Keep holding on. I keep holding on. This is me and Angel. Dude. Pool tables are flat, but the ball's are round, so the table's round. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't mean anything, bro. They find seashells at the top of mountains. And they'll find tree trunks, like in places like the Grand Canyon. They'll find like tree trunks that were how was it, man? It was like tree trunks or like fossil, whatever it was, that are implanted in like 3 different of the, you know how there's like Paleozoic, Mesozoic, whatever, like 3 different supposed ages, and it's like right there through all, like what the heck, bro? It doesn't make any sense. Stuff that's not supposed to happen happens. Rectangle Earth confirmed. They have a boat that matches the dimensions of the Ark, but it's in Turkey and they don't want us to excavate. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. We're never supposed to excavate or explore anything at all along, like, you know, those lines, right? The Hopi Native Americans say they used to fight red-headed giants in Arizona all the time. Dude. I wonder if that's why Moss is a redhead. He's from Arizona. That's crazy, man. I'm going to look into that later, too. That's fascinating. Fear and Smoking says GM and community. I just landed in Hawaii. Heading straight to the hospital to see my dad. Please continue to lift my dad in prayer.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Fear and Smoking. Thank you so much for popping in and letting us know. And man, I just wish a beautiful time for you. Beautiful time. I hope that you make the most of it. And you know, never quite the right thing to say in, you know, these delicate moments. So you will continue to be in my and in our prayers. Thank you for stopping in, bro. And I hope you have a beautiful time. You ever seen? No. I keep thinking that I'm chipping away at the chat and I'm so far behind. Yeah, Max is going to be talking wild in a few years. Max is going to be saying it's going to be bad. He's going to be thinking that they cloned his family. And the mysterious Appalachian Mountains. Dude, I'm always seeing videos about that. The Bermuda Triangle, where Joshua Van's from. Or Lake Baikal, where Russian government documents came out saying they encountered aliens down there. Dude, I'm not going to sleep tonight, am I? The retired era is nigh. Chupacabra, what's up? Oh, so you don't like Max, huh? UFC Spacey. Hey, UFC Spacey, how is it playing? He says, hey, man, what are these ads that are playing? Is it making me go away and putting like a video here and then it comes back? Or is it just in the chat? What does it look like? I think everyone's experience is different. I seen a dude wearing a mask and gloves at Walmart back in 2022. Bro was pulling his mask down and taste testing the grapes on the shelf, grabbing the grapes with his gloves. Wait a minute. He's trying to save himself from COVID while he's giving other people COVID or whatever nastiness he has. So hypocritical, man. So dumb. I haven't seen the whole thing. It was good, UFC Spacey. It was good. I think there were some things that could be a little tricky with it. I think anytime you're trying to put words in people's mouths from the biblical times, it could get a little tricky. You know, there were some things that, you know, Jesus was saying and doing on there, and they're trying to fill in the blanks and make it entertaining, you know. And I think that's a little scary. But the show was a good show. I was hooked. Oh man. Shoot, man. Where am I at? Go to North Sentinel Island very early. Got to North Sentinel Island very early on before most modern humans had gotten out of Africa. And other types of humans were populating from those. Hey, Max Bluestein, maybe the people from Sentinel Island are like the only people that don't have that Genghis Khan DNA. I was just playing, Jay. Jay Smith coming in with the facts, man. Good to see you, Jay. I appreciate you understanding, Holland Dan Sock. I just feel bad, man. I don't like the idea of anybody spending time here and saying something, actually typing in the chat and putting some effort in, and then I don't see it, man. But sometimes I get stuck talking on one thing for too long, and then I miss it. What do y'all think about remote viewing? It was so frustrating that Rogan would have let Robert Bigelow talk about it as it led as a lead into aliens, etc. I don't know, man. That's one, like, again, like I said earlier, I gotta be real careful because some of the stuff that I get excited about and I like to get in conversation about, I feel like could have some not so conducive effects to my faith, you know? And remote viewing is one of those weird, like, I mean, I feel like even the Bible alludes to the fact that we don't quite make the most use of what we have available to us. And, you know, like some of those characters in the Book of Enoch. Here's my thing with the Book of Enoch. Why I think it's not canon and why it's not considered fully, like, wholly inspired. Like, okay. Let's say there's a historical book on Genghis Khan. It's historical, right? And no, that might not be a good example because it was so. Let's say somebody wrote a book about Conor McGregor today, and it was all like stuff that was verifiable. Because he's still alive and living, and we can fact check things or whatever. And we all could unanimously come to the conclusion that everything in there is true. It doesn't mean that, hey, wow, I didn't, like, every word of it is true? Wow, let's put that in the Bible. That's not how things work. Just because something is true, we could have a biography about Conor McGregor. And it has good stuff in it, has bad stuff in it. Like, it didn't hold any blows. Like, it's just full of truth. Fights that he was in and, like, terrible stuff that he participated. Like, it had everything in it, and it's true. That doesn't mean put it in the Bible. everything that just because something's true doesn't mean it goes in there. So I'm saying that to say that I think that there are things in the book of Enoch that are true. But I don't think that means that it needed to be canonized and be part of, considered the Holy Scriptures, because I do think that there are quite a bit of things in it that don't align with the rest of the Scriptures. And the Scriptures aren't, just a picking and choose. That's one of the things where a lot of people are like, well, who got to do that? And how did that make any sense? And it's not an arbitrary thing. You're taking this collection, it's not one book. It's a collection of books that was written over 1,500 years or so, from 40 different authors or so in different continents. And somehow, some way, there was no internet. There was no colluding. Somehow, people don't think about this sometimes. The span of years over which it was written, the geography, and how many people had hands on it, and all these things perfectly intertwine and just beautifully blend together. And then especially when you look at how the New Testament illuminates the Old Testament and how they worked, it's like the way that it's weaved together is unbelievable. The book of Enoch doesn't fit into that. But that doesn't mean there's not truths in it. And, I think the story with the fallen angels, the Watchers, and what they did and how they opened the eyes of humanity and pretty much led humanity to be aware of and therefore abuse a lot of these truths and just really put life on Earth into quite a spiral. I think there's something there. And I'm trying to remember why I started talking about that specifically. When you're talking about remote viewing, I mean, I really do think that there's something to these Watchers, these fallen angels, trying to destroy mankind. Satan and his army, that's what led Satan to rebel, his pride. That was kind of like the cherry on the top when God created mankind, and that kind of became the pinnacle of his creation. Before that, Satan was the pinnacle of his creation. So now here comes along mankind. He's like, what the? Then he rebels, and ever since then, he's been doing nothing but trying to take out mankind. That's why we have these agendas on the earth that we have today with population control and trying to turn everyone into all these delusions and dysphorias and turn away from their creator and create their own gods. So remote view, I don't know. Maybe there's some weird stuff in your brain that you can access if you have this kind of understanding, but I don't know. I don't know if it's wrong. I don't know if it's stuff that we're not supposed to be playing around with. Oh no. I have been, Jay. I try not to think about it because I get too emotional, bro. I just trying to pass the time over here. I'm trying to compartmentalize. Mine, they are in. Oh no. Without going too much into it, Angel, it appears that history would tell us that is the Catholic Church's response to the Reformation. And my personal understanding, my personal take is that it serves to try to fill in certain gaps where you won't find them anywhere else in the scriptures. Especially, I think one of the biggest ones is stuff like purgatory. But yeah, without being too combative about it, I think the way that things seem to appear as far as the timeline, it seems like a direct response to the Reformation. It appears to be sort of damage control. And I'm not saying that I think everything in there, I mean, obviously stuff in there happened, like certain battles and stuff like that. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying very similar to like the Book of Enoch, where it could be filled with certain truths, but I don't think it's Holy Spirit inspired. ARJR has been a member for 11 months. I'm back, baby. What an amazing subject to come back to. I don't even remember exactly what we're talking about when he popped in. We've been talking about everything, but we're talking about Antarctica. We're talking about those dudes with the bow and arrows at North Sentinel Island. We've been talking about the Bermuda Triangle. We've been all over the place, dude. Do your hands hot? Do your hands hot when it gets cold? That's the best McGregor I got. I don't do impressions. Grandmaster, what do you think about aliens? Yeah or nay? I'm going to keep it very simple. Very simple. When it comes to things that we call aliens, I believe that if we see, well, first of all, these things that we call aliens, you could look at some of the oldest caves and whatever, and hieroglyphics and paintings and carvings. They've been seeing these things and documenting them for centuries. When it comes to aliens, my personal current belief is that if we see, if there is anything flying around in the sky doing these otherworldly, inhuman things, basically, again, I know I keep saying it, but anything that we would refer to as aliens, my current personal belief is that it's one of two things, or both. It's angels or it's demons. These things are not new. These are things that that mankind has been experiencing and documenting since the beginning of time. And the way that they document them appears to be no different than the way that they described them when they were happening in biblical times. I think it's Hollywood. And I think if you guys are paying attention, you can attest to this. I think it's Hollywood. I think it's media that has done just like Dante's Inferno did with the devil. Just made him this cutesy little cartoony looking red guy with horns and a pitchfork and a tail. Oh, I can avoid that guy. That guy's silly. I'm not scared of that guy. Well, that's not what Satan really appears like. Satan really appears like that voluptuous thirst trap that gets you caught up. That's what Satan really appears like. And I think it's Hollywood and the media and other things along those lines that have made us look at, oh, that's what aliens look like, and that's what they are. That's what those things are. And this is, oh, that's silly. Oh, I don't know. And X-Files and they've made it into something that it's not. It's much heavier than that, much scarier than that. Dang. I never seen them be that big, Jay Smith, but I could imagine. I remember, they'll show like old Bibles or dictionaries and stuff, and they're huge. So yeah, I guess they used to be even huger. That makes sense. Yeah, I might have to make a video about it, Angel. I didn't say that, Jay. I didn't say that. Let me see where Marilena's at. I already went past the time that I said I was going to stream today. I need to get in there and do a workout. Oh, yeah, I'm in that dangerous territory right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been streaming for 2.5 hours. And I want to thank you for being here. I didn't even have a goal today. I didn't even put a goal up. It's the first day of July. Fresh start, little bit of breathing room. I'm going to try my best to be on top of things and be active. And oh, by the way, oh my gosh, I almost forgot. I have a new video that I was going to upload right upon the ending of this stream. So hopefully you guys can go raid my new video. I didn't even have a goal up, and you guys were just being very generous. Anyway, I mean, it was to the point where it's like if I did have a goal, you guys really came through today. So I appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy, man. They think we're dumb. And unfortunately, most of us are. Let me make this public. Living a lie. Because neither one of us. No go, but here you go. You're amazing, ARJR. Goal! Thank you, man. ARJR. We missed you, man. So good to see you back in here. Don't forget, tomorrow is movie night. Look, here's my new video. You guys haven't seen this. Normally, I'm saying, if you already saw it, don't bother. Blah, blah. You guys haven't seen this. I literally just made it public within this minute. I literally just made it public. YouTube rewards videos that are uploaded when people show up right from the beginning and start showing it love. So if you guys show up and you start liking, commenting, hyping, all that, then it's going to take off. My fate is in your hands. Grandmaster just uploaded a new video. Do I stay for the stream? I'm leaving. I'm out of here. Thank you. Please go rate the new video. Please show love to the algorithm, and the video could blow up. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for the jokes. Do not forget, please do not forget to keep Coffeepotamus in your prayers. Coffeepotamus is out there doing his thing. Business owner, doing that grind. And that's not a metaphor because of the coffee game. Out there doing his thing, and he's trying to get ahead of the game financially. I know what that feels like. Trying to get ahead of the game financially, and he's hit a few speed bumps. Please do not forget to keep Coffeepotamus in your prayers. And obviously, Fear and Smoking just popped in a little bit too. We're still thinking about his dad. Yes, I did, Angel. Yes, I did. So please keep these people in your prayers. ARJR, kiss from a rose on the stream. Thank you so much, man. Please go scope out the new video, and I will see you guys mañana. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late.